Have you ever felt like the people around you just don't understand you? Or worse, seem to be operating on a completely different wavelength? Whether at work, in social settings, or even within your family, it can sometimes feel as if everyone is speaking a different language. This frustration often leads us to think that we're surrounded by idiots who just don't get it. However, in Surrounded by Idiots, Thomas Erikson argues that the issue isn't about intelligence at all. Instead, it's about the different personality types that each of us has and how these types can clash, leading to miscommunication and frustration. Erikson provides a practical framework for understanding these personality differences, helping us to improve our communication skills and reduce the stress that comes from interacting with people who think, act, and communicate differently than we do. Chapter 1. Red Behavior. Dominance. Reds are the natural-born leaders among us. They are characterized by their strong-willed, decisive, and often assertive nature. Reds thrive on competition and are highly goal-oriented. They are driven by results and excel in environments where they can take charge, make quick decisions, and lead others toward achieving specific objectives. Reds are not afraid of challenges and are often the ones who step up when tough decisions need to be made. Characteristics of Reds. Reds are known for their confidence and ambition. They are typically very direct and focused, often pushing themselves and others to meet high standards. Reds value efficiency and productivity, and they're usually very straightforward in their communication. They don't shy away from conflict, and they're often seen as decisive, bold, and sometimes a bit intimidating. How to communicate with Reds. When interacting with Reds, it's essential to be direct and concise. They don't appreciate small talk or beating around the bush. Reds prefer to get straight to the point, so avoid long-winded explanations and focus on the facts and outcome. It's important to be assertive and prepared when communicating with a Red. If you're not confident in your argument or lack evidence to support your points, they may quickly dismiss your input. Reds respect those who stand their ground and present their case with clarity and conviction. For example, if you need to propose a new project to a Red, come prepared with a clear plan that outlines the goals, the expected results, and the timeline. Be ready to answer tough questions, as Reds will likely probe for weaknesses in your proposal. Keep the conversation focused on how the project aligns with broader objectives and what the concrete benefits will be. Chapter 2. Yellow Behavior. Influence. Yellows are the social butterflies and charismatic influencers. They bring energy, enthusiasm, and optimism to every interaction. Yellows are natural communicators who thrive on social interaction and are skilled at persuading and motivating others. They are often the life of the party and have a knack for making connections and building networks. Characteristics of Yellows. Yellows are characterized by their outgoing and enthusiastic nature. They are talkative, energetic, and often full of ideas. Yellows are great at thinking creatively and can easily see the big picture, but they may struggle with details and follow-through. Their positivity is infectious, and they are often seen as inspiring and motivating by those around them. However, their tendency to be easily distracted and their need for constant social interaction can sometimes make it difficult for them to focus on tasks that require sustained attention. How to communicate with Yellows. To communicate effectively with Yellows, it's important to keep the conversation light, engaging, and dynamic. Yellows respond well to positive reinforcement and enjoy conversations that are lively and fun. Start with some small talk to establish a connection, and don't be afraid to use stories, humor, or analogies to illustrate your point. Yellows appreciate a conversational approach that feels natural and spontaneous, rather than formal or rigid. However, because Yellows can easily get sidetracked by their own enthusiasm, it's important to gently steer the conversation back to the main point when necessary. Be mindful of their tendency to go off on tangents, and be prepared to refocus the discussion when it starts to drift. For instance, if you're working on a collaborative project with a Yellow, encourage their creative input and enthusiasm, but also set clear deadlines and checkpoints to ensure the project stays on track. Acknowledge their contributions and keep the atmosphere positive. but don't hesitate to bring the conversation back to practical matters when needed. Chapter 3. Green behavior. Stability greens are the calm, steady, and reliable individuals who value harmony and consistency in their lives. They are the backbone of any team, providing support and stability in situations where others might falter. Greens are patient listeners and are often seen as the peacemakers in group settings, preferring to avoid conflict and keep things running smoothly. Characteristics of greens. Greens are characterized by their calm and patient demeanor. They prefer to work in environments that are stable and predictable, avoiding situations that involve a lot of change or uncertainty. Greens are highly loyal and dependable, often going out of their way to help others and maintain harmony in their relationships. They are good listeners and tend to be more introverted, preferring to observe and process information before speaking. Greens may resist change and can be stubborn when it comes to altering their routines or stepping out of their comfort zones. How to communicate with greens. When communicating with greens, it's important to approach them with patience and empathy. Greens appreciate a calm and considerate approach, and they are uncomfortable with being rushed or pressured into making quick decisions. Building trust is key when interacting with greens, so focus on creating a comfortable environment where they feel safe to express their thoughts and concerns. Be clear and respectful in your communication, and give greens the time they need to process information and respond. Avoid confrontational language or pushing too hard for immediate answers, as this can make them shut down or become resistant. For example, if you're introducing a new process or change at work, take the time to explain the reasons behind the change and how it will benefit the team. Allow greens to ask questions and express their concerns, and be patient in addressing them. Reassure them that they will have support during the transition and that their input is valued. Chapter 4. Blue behavior. Compliance blues are the analytical and detail-oriented individuals who strive for precision and accuracy in everything they do. They are methodical, organized, and often perfectionists, preferring to work in structured environments where they can focus on the details and ensure that everything is done correctly. Blues value logic, facts, and thoroughness, and they often take a cautious approach to decision-making. Characteristics of blues. Blues are characterized by their attention to detail and their need for accuracy and order. They are often seen as the planners and strategists, meticulously organizing information and processes to ensure that everything runs smoothly. Blues are less concerned with social interaction and more focused on getting things right. They can be perfectionists, sometimes to the point of overthinking or delaying decisions, because they want to ensure that all the details are correct. How to communicate with blues. When dealing with blues, it's important to be thorough and well-prepared. Blues value logic and facts, so provide detailed information and avoid emotional appeals. They appreciate a systematic approach to communication, so structure your message clearly and logically and be ready to answer their questions with precision. Give blues time to analyze and consider the information you present. Don't pressure them into making quick decisions. They prefer to think things through and may need additional time to feel confident in their conclusions. For instance, if you're presenting a new project plan to a blue, make sure you have all the data, timelines, and contingencies worked out in advance. Present the information in a clear, organized manner, and be prepared to discuss the details in depth. Blues will respect your thoroughness and are more likely to engage with your ideas if they feel that everything has been carefully thought out. Chapter 5. Mixed behavior. The combinations. While many people exhibit one dominant behavior type, it's common to find individuals who display a combination of traits from different types. These mixed personalities can add complexity to communication, but also offer a unique blend of strength. Recognizing mixed types. Mixed behavior types may exhibit characteristics from two or more categories. For example, someone might be a red-yellow, combining the assertiveness and decisiveness of a red with the social and charismatic traits of a yellow. Another person might be a green-blue, combining the supportive and steady nature of a green with the analytical and detail-oriented approach of a blue. These combinations can create dynamic personalities that are versatile and adaptable, but they can also make it more challenging to predict how someone will react in a given situation. Communication strategies for mixed types. To communicate effectively with mixed types, observe which traits are more dominant in different situations and adapt your approach accordingly. Flexibility is crucial when dealing with these individuals, as their responses may vary depending on the context. For example, a red-yellow might be highly assertive in a business meeting, but also bring a lot of energy and enthusiasm to team-building activities. When communicating with them, you'll need to balance directness with a positive and engaging approach. Similarly, a green-blue might be very supportive and patient in team discussions, but require detailed information and clear plans when it comes to implementing a project. Understanding these nuances can help you tailor your communication to suit the individual's needs. Chapter 6. When communication fails. No matter how well we understand personality types, communication can still break down. These breakdowns often lead to misunderstandings, frustration, and even conflict. The root of these failures typically lies in misinterpreting another person's behavior or failing to recognize their underlying needs and motivations. Common pitfalls in communication. One of the most common reasons for miscommunication is the tendency to project our own communication style onto others, without considering that different personality types have different ways of processing information and expressing themselves. For example, a red personality who values efficiency and quick decision-making might view a green's hesitation or reluctance to make swift decisions as indecisiveness or a lack of initiative. In reality, the green may simply need more time to process information and consider the impact of decisions on others. Similarly, a yellow, who thrives on enthusiasm and creativity, might perceive a blue's focus on details and precision as unnecessary nitpicking. However, for a blue, ensuring that every detail is correct is crucial for delivering quality work and avoiding errors. These misunderstandings can lead to frustration on both sides, as each person feels that the other is not seeing things from their perspective. Overcoming miscommunication. To overcome these communication failures, it's essential to practice empathy and active listening. Empathy involves putting yourself in the other person's shoes and trying to understand their perspective, while active listening means paying full attention to what they are saying without planning your response or interrupting them. By truly listening to others and trying to understand their needs and motivations, you can adjust your communication style to better suit their personality type. For instance, if you're a red dealing with a green, you might need to slow down and allow them more time to think things through. If you're a yellow communicating with a blue, you might focus on providing detailed information and logical reasoning to support your ideas. Clarity, patience, and an open mind are crucial for resolving conflicts and improving communication with all personality types. This approach not only helps in reducing misunderstandings, but also fosters stronger, more effective relationships. Chapter 7. How to influence different behavior types. Each personality type responds differently to influence and persuasion. Understanding these differences is key to effectively getting your message across and achieving the desired outcome. Persuasion strategies for each type. Reds. Reds are results-driven and appreciate directness. When trying to influence a red, focus on the outcomes and benefits of taking action. Be assertive and clear about what you want, and show them how the action you're proposing will lead to tangible results. Avoid lengthy explanations or emotional appeals. Reds respect efficiency and are more likely to be persuaded by a straightforward approach. Yellows. Yellows are motivated by enthusiasm and positivity. Persuade a yellow, engage them with stories, ideas, and possibilities that capture their imagination. Use an upbeat and optimistic tone, and focus on the creative and exciting aspects of your proposal. Yellows are more likely to be influenced when they feel inspired and energized by the conversation. Greens. Greens value trust and stability. When trying to influence a green, it's important to build rapport and show them how your ideas align with their values of harmony and consistency. Take the time to establish a connection and reassure them that your proposal will lead to positive, stable outcomes. Greens are more likely to be persuaded when they feel secure and understood. Blues. Blues are analytical and detail-oriented. To persuade a blue, present facts, data, and logical reasoning. Be thorough in your explanations and provide evidence to support your arguments. Blues appreciate a methodical approach, so structure your communication clearly and logically. They are more likely to be influenced when they feel that your proposal has been carefully thought out and supported by solid information. By tailoring your approach to fit the personality type you're dealing with, you can increase your chances of successfully persuading them and achieving your goals. Chapter 8. Behavioral Adaptation. Effective communication often requires adapting your behavior to better align with the person you're interacting with. This adaptability is crucial in navigating different situations and building stronger, more productive relationships. Adapting your behavior to others. Behavioral adaptation involves adjusting your communication style and approach based on the personality type of the person you're dealing with. For example, if you're a naturally assertive red dealing with a more cautious and thoughtful green, you might need to slow down, be more patient, and allow them time to process information before making decisions. Conversely, if you're a yellow who loves to brainstorm and think out loud, but you're working with a blue who prefers structure and order, you might focus on providing clear, organized information and avoid jumping from idea to idea without a plan. Understanding how your natural tendencies might affect others and being willing to adjust your behavior accordingly can help reduce friction and increase the likelihood of successful interactions. This doesn't mean changing who you are, but rather being mindful of how different personalities interact and finding ways to communicate more effectively. Flexibility in communication. Flexibility is a key component of effective communication. It's about being aware of the needs and preferences of others and adjusting your approach to meet them where they are. This might involve changing the way you present information, tone of your voice, or even the pace of your conversation. For example, you might use more concrete data when speaking to a blue, while you might focus on the big picture when addressing a yellow. This kind of adaptability can lead to more harmonious and productive relationships, as it shows respect for the other person's communication style and helps to bridge gaps that might otherwise lead to misunderstandings or conflict. Chapter 9. Challenges of working with idiots. Even with a solid understanding of different personality types, working with others can still be challenging. These challenges often arise when personalities clash, especially when there is a lack of understanding or when individuals fail to adapt to each other's needs. Managing difficult people. Dealing with difficult personalities requires patience, empathy, and a willingness to find common ground. Whether you're working with a stubborn red, a talkative yellow, a resistant green, or a critical blue, understanding their underlying motivations can help you manage interactions more effectively. For example, a red might seem overbearing. This is often driven by a strong desire to achieve results. By recognizing this, you can focus on aligning your goals with theirs and find ways to collaborate more effectively. Similarly, a yellow's talkativeness might be frustrating in meetings, but understanding that they are trying to connect and share ideas can help you guide the conversation more productively. For greens, who may resist change, providing reassurance and clear explanations can help them feel more comfortable and open to new ideas. Blues, who might come across as overly critical, are often just focused on ensuring quality and accuracy. Acknowledging their need for thoroughness can help you work with them more effectively. Turning challenges into opportunities. Instead of seeing difficult interactions as obstacles, view them as opportunities to improve your communication skills and deepen your understanding of others. Each challenging situation provides a chance to practice empathy, refine your approach, and develop strategies for dealing with different personality types. By approaching these challenges with a positive mindset, you can turn potential conflicts into productive conversations and build stronger, more collaborative relationships. For example, you find yourself frequently clashing with a red. Use this as an opportunity to practice being more direct and assertive in your communication. If a blue's attention to detail is causing delays, work on finding ways to balance thoroughness with efficiency. These challenges, when approached constructively, can lead to personal growth and improved communication skills. Conclusion: becoming a better communicator. Surrounded by idiots offers valuable insights into the complexities of human behavior and communication. By understanding the 4 main personality types, red, yellow, green, and blue, and learning how to adapt your communication style to fit each type, you can become a more effective communicator. These skills are essential for building stronger relationships, reducing misunderstandings, and achieving success in both personal and professional settings. Summary of key concepts. The key to effective communication lies in recognizing and adapting to different behavior types. Whether you're dealing with a dominant red, an influential yellow, a stable green, or a compliant blue, understanding their needs and motivations is crucial for successful interactions. Each personality type has its own strengths and challenges, and by learning to navigate these differences, you can improve your communication skills and foster more positive and productive relationships. Steps for improved communication. Start by identifying your own behavior type and understanding how it affects your communication style. Reflect on your natural tendencies and consider how they might impact your interactions with others. Then, practice adapting your approach when interacting with different personality types, keeping in mind their unique traits and preferences. For example, be direct and results-oriented with reds, enthusiastic and engaging with yellows, patient and supportive with greens, and thorough and logical with blues. Finally, embrace the diversity of behavior and use it as an opportunity for growth and learning. By appreciating the different ways people communicate and understanding the motivations behind their behavior, you can become a more effective communicator and build stronger, more meaningful relationships. If you enjoyed this summary, be sure to subscribe to Beyond Books for more insightful summaries and deep dives into the world of literature. Hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more content that goes beyond the pages.